complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The Niners at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man from Old Dominion, the former Monarch, at quarterback Taylor Heineke.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Heineke on 1st down. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 41, Heineke escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short yardage. Heineke. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. It got his man complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. Decided to keep it that time on the option. Got out left, but the defense was right there.
And you know what happened on that play, right? Because the defense, as you said, not letting him get upfield. No place for him to ever duck his shoulders and turn upfield and gain yardage. Had to keep moving out laterally. Nice play by the defenders.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Lance on the option left. A little juke. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot. And
they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Lance to throw it. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jeffrey Simmons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And this will be swung out here for counter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. On the counter, Mitchell. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun now for Lance. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners have moved out in front. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. So as they take it over, we step aside. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Heineke. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, Heineke. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Flushed out right. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run behind center with Conner. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd down throw for Heineke. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Conner. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Heineke. And incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Heineke. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they've climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, Lance, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
And Lance now to throw. Flush to his right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
And his offense was staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And Lance again going to keep it. And he stopped immediately there.
Lance on the keeper. Isaiah Simmons on the tackle. No gain on the play.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Number 25, Elijah Mitchell.
From the gun on third down, Lance. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Lance. And he whips that one incomplete there. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6.
So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, as everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Heineke's throw here into the hands of Moore. On 1st and 10, Heineke.
He'll dump this one off to Connor. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, it's Connor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll go option to the short side.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And they'll try to throw now. Heineke. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Heineke now.
Eluding the pressure right.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, this offense has already been forced to settle for field goals on their drives earlier, so this is not a welcome sign here.
Indeed, it is not, and they certainly hope it's not a sign for the entire game because they know they've got to be able to sustain drives all the way through. Pick up those guys rushing the quarterback and give himself a chance.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack.
Heineke.
Open man is Higgins.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On third down, Heineke.
Screen pass to Connor. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Working from the gun, Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Dancing away at the 35. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
To throw, it's Lance. That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get this.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, 49ers.
Danny Gray,
38 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him.
If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing again on second down.
Heineke.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, it's Connor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken at the 37. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got...
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
The Lance going to throw.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Devon Hamilton coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Lance.
And he's going to go down again.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
We'll kick it off with a good one in the NFC West. LA heading north to take on Seattle. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they trail the visiting Eagles at halftime. Calvin Ridley, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. A touchdown run there for Javonte Williams. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, a run with Connor. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Heineke. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. To throw again on 2nd down. Heineke. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Throwing. Heineke.
Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Drive starts with a give to Mitchell.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 31, Lance.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
A give here to Mitchell.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's the option. Running right. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The football going back over to Arizona now. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
To throw is Heineke.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Coming up on 2nd and 7. A toss left side for Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From midfield, here's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Here's Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys were able to push that lead out a bit further. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Finding space at the 40. Heineke now looking to throw on first down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. To throw again on second down.
Heineke, and he'll spot Higgins open left side.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line.
First down, Heineke.
To Connor on the check down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
Behind the chain, second and 12.
On the draw, Connor. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
From the gun, Heineke.
And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth. And that is no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On second down, here's the option.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On second down, there's the option going left. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Now Lance completes it to Samuel, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Going over there, and they're going to slide on third down.
vein of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? You got to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd and a yard, Lance. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Lance going to hold on to it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Final minute now in the 3rd quarter. To throw on 2nd and 6, Lance. And he rifles one incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Lance on the keeper.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Trey Lance
scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out.
And the Niners are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Heineke on 1st down.
This is intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And the 49ers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
And Lance now to throw.
And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Heineke.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
But once again, it's Mitchell. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give running right is Mitchell.